Yeah, with my next marriage,
Yeah,
I am not.
No,
What?
sir.
I'm just saying,
don't.
if it were to happen.
No,
if it were to
sir.
happen. No, I would rather not.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
can't believe it's been
Don't do
17
that.
months and Jared's already talking about marriage.
It's been almost 18 months, Jason. I'm not.
He's not.
And I have no interest in getting married again. But I'm saying if it were, and if the other person had not been married before, definitely not having anything.
Yeah.
This is backyard it or do a courthouse thing.
Go to the courthouse.
Well, let me ask
Yeah.
you, does anybody here want to take a bet that Jared will be engaged within the next year?
You already
No.
did. Jason, you already said that.
1 year.
Jason did.
You've already said that.
I didn't know we had
That's
a
too
bet
aggressive.
going.
I don't think you put anything on it, but you said you bet within a year. And
Yeah.
I'm like, definitely not.
And I say it absolutely will not happen because I am on the board of people who have to pass his future fiance, and that ain't happening.
Katie's on the board, which virtually no one's getting through.
No one. You know me. I skew negative.
Yeah, she skews negative. It could be someone she loves.
It could be.
It could be like her sister, or I mean, it could be somebody that she thinks would be great. She's like, nope. My mom be very difficult, even though she's very loving. Be very difficult. My brother, forget it.
Forget it.
Official attorney Lisa Lanier,
Forget it.
forget it. No one's getting through.
I just think there's a chance Jared might hide prospects from the board.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, in
Or
that
might go
case,
around the board.
Around the board, yeah. Under the board, over
Yeah.
the board.
Maybe.
See? I didn't know that was an
He'll show up to the
option.
board meeting and she'll have a ring on her finger.
And then like, are y'all going to say no to her?
Yes.
No.
She already said yes.
The board does not have to approve anyone I go on dates with. It's
No.
if I am to
Okay.
be serious. Yeah, dude. I don't have to be like,
I'm taking this job seriously.
I'm going to Chili's this Friday. Can I go with her? No, I'm not saying that. But yeah.
It's like, don't bore me.
Applebee's like a real gentleman.
To be clear, I didn't say married, although that's a possibility. I said engaged.
Fine. Okay, mark it,
okay,
Matt. Mark it.
okay.
What do you want to put on it? And I wouldn't just not do it to win a lunch.
Yes, you would.
That is what it means to you now. Broken down, you're like, marriage?
What's the
we're the
timeline?
lunch.
12 months.
12 months.
Okay, you say he will be engaged?
June.
Well, let me ask you, engaged or married?
That's fine.
If he gets married, it's going to be messed up.
Yeah, engaged
What
or
do you
married.
mean? I mean, that happened
Because
quickly.
I can already see how he is. Like don't you see the 180s he does? It was within like a month. It's like Jared 100% confident to the worst luck down on his luck of his life. Within 30 days, that has changed.
It's been 17 months. It hasn't been 30 days. We just announced it within the last 30
Right,
days.
but I would say in the last several months, you seem way high on your horse.
And that's what he doesn't like.
The only time I haven't been high on my horse the whole time I've been here is that like 1 year span. So I mean, out of the 15 years, I had 1 year where I was low on my horse.
Higher on your
I had fallen. Yeah.
So I've probably said that ever in my life. I don't know why it came out of my mouth.
I kind of like it myself.
too.
Anyone else getting on that bet?
No.
All right.
So you
I'm not
think
gonna
that
do it.
Jared's just not? He's just gonna.
I will do everything in my power
I
to
know
not
you
allow it
do
to
that,
happen.
but it doesn't matter when emotions get
No, that's true.
involved and
I
love
know.
gets involved. It's like, well, you don't understand. This time it's different, and then all that.
Listen, okay, if we're being totally honest here,
Yeah.
if we're being totally just
When have you not been?
Well, that's true. I do, even though I'm on the board and I'm supposed to stop it, I do think that there's going to be somehow, some way, because I think you're just incapable. I think it's like, that's what you do. That's what you know.
Thank you,
That's
Katie.
where we're going.
Isn't that what I do?
You know what I'm saying?
But the funny part is, like, if I live with people.
No, I mean like relationships is what you
I'm
do.
a relationship person.
Right.
Yes,
That's what you do.
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
mean, for me, up until there's 17 months, the longest I've ever been as an adult without being in some sort of relationship.
Right.
Yeah, because I was married 17 out of the last 18 and a half years.
Matt, you want to take that bet?
Here's the thing. I don't underestimate Jared's ability to hold off on this for the lunch. I fully anticipate that now, if we're setting this date, that on a year from tomorrow, he could propose. But it's today that the day is. So I feel like he could. Yeah, I think he would be fully ready. He'd have the ring ready to go, but he would wait for this notification to go off. He'd wait for you to buy his lunch, and then he'd propose at that lunch.
That might be possible.
That's the risk of a bet. That's the risk of a
Hey,
bet.
you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
That's
But,
the risk of a bet.
I mean, it would be fairly accurate, though, the bet. And it wouldn't doubt me if it's within 6 months.
Oh my God!
Oh my
6
gosh,
months?
you're
Jason,
bringing it
I would,
down.
I would
Okay,
bet all of
no.
your paycheck on that. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That is
Saying.
not going to
Okay,
happen.
all
It's not
right.
going to happen. It's not. Now, do I still believe in love? Yes. Long-term love, I don't. I don't.
We know that's why you're going to go with the path of the short-term love.
So you believe in lust?
No, I believe in love.
Love.
I believe in love. I just think it's a disaster long-term
Oh my
for most
God!
people.
So that's not believing in love.
I still think in love. It's just I think it just.
You think in love?
I think the climate we're in today for most, it's just so difficult with social media and all. I just think it's so difficult for a lot of people. Katie's in love. Matt's in love. That's good.
Yeah. Have you seen your therapist lately? I think I'm going to make an appointment for you. I'm just going to call I'm going to do it for you because this is depressing. This is depressing AF.
Katie's taking over the therapy board now.
I am. I mean, someone's got to help this guy.
I don't believe. I'm not saying there's not love for other people.
Sure.
I just don't think long-term love's in my.
We already said that the first
plan.
2, the first 2 years is that's not the true love part yet. It's what you're doing after that time.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? It's after the time. It's when you step away. The love would be how you deal with the ups and downs and how you cope with it.
I believe that I can do that. I believe I can. I just don't have confidence that anyone else would either put up with me or would. I just don't think it's.
Maybe you are in therapy.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I just don't. Like, I'm a long-term relationship person.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't label yourself as that though.
But I would want to. I wanted them to work. Mm-hmm. And then there's people with long-term relationships and they're. Stuff's a disaster, but they stay together, and I'm glad that they do. I'm glad they try to make it work. And
I think that's every single marriage is like it's not.
Some are like a disaster.
Well, if there's like abuse and cheating and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
yeah.
The whole point of that is both people are supposed to take a step back and work at it and do that stuff. I mean, is it the most ideal, or do a lot of guys? Sorry, Katie, want to go out and have their different flavors of popsicles? Yes, they do. But they always come back to the red one, and you have to starve yourself on the other ones.
Yeah.
That's called taking a vow because you're in love with someone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So was what he said depressing?
No.
That guys want to be with other women while they're married to you?
Everything that.
But it's not like they want to be with them. Sorry, Katie. Emotionally and all that. They don't. They could be.
They want to have sex with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Okay.
Sorry, Katie.
I don't know how we got here.
But
I
that's
really
okay.
don't.
But Ben is very controlled.
Don't bring my husband into this.
Okay.
We're talking about Jared and we're talking about you.
Some
Do
guy
not bring my husband
named Ben
into this.
is very controlled of not having to go to any other popsicles. A lot of guys are like that. They want one, but they don't.
Okay.
You see the theory now?
Yeah.
You don't have to bring me down to make
I'm
yourself
not.
feel better.
How am I? I said the opposite.
Like, sorry, Katie. Sorry, Katie.
Sorry, you might not
Those
like
are your
to
realities. You know.
Hear it. But if anything, I'm telling you in your situation, you have it made better.
Yeah, I mean, we work every day.
So I'm not bringing you down.
I was just telling Jared, I had this really great message at church, Jason, on Sunday, where it was like people, our priest was just talking about how we don't, and I have said this before, I really feel this, we focus on the wedding, and then we don't think a second past that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you are really have to take your vows seriously.
Right.
And if you are not going to, then like, what's the point? You know, and I know that you can't control the other person,
That's
but
the problem.
you have to trust that they're taking it as seriously, and there's work involved in that. I mean, it is every day there's work involved in that.
Yeah.
And that's the part that we just don't.
I just think
we don't
now
focus on.
a lot of people go into it and they're like, it's temporary.
Which is not the way to go.
And
then just don't make that vow.
I didn't go into either one thinking temporary at all. I was willing to do whatever to make it work.
Mm-hmm. But I also think
to a certain degree.
Yeah, because there's also like doing whatever it takes to make it work, but you can't control the other person.
No.
And so then at what cost to you?
Right.
You know, because then I don't think it's fair for one person to constantly, and I don't know the case
I'm not
for
saying
you, but
anything specific. I'm just saying in general.
And just in general, because I don't think it's fair for one person to just be doing all the work and be like, well, I'm staying because. I don't think that's fair either.
Right.
You know, if the other person's not trying.
Yeah, no, I mean, relationships are complicated, whether you're dating or married or not. It's super complicated.
Yeah, but I do think that good ones exist. And
no, I do think
it makes me sad to hear. Yeah.
My parents have good. I think it's just a small percentage. That's all. I believe for other people, if you're out there and you're listening, and you're saying that's not me. I'm happy for you. I'm just saying there's a huge percentage of people that are just not happy.
Well, did
and I don't know why. I don't understand all the reasons why.
Did you see that big study that came out and said, there is something to do with around the 7 or 8 year mark for sure. But it actually said, things get rough. But after 20 years, oh my God, after 20 years,
yes,
yep,
things can actually start turning the opposite direction. I think you just get desensitized and you just said, the hell with it. Don't care anymore.
You mean take a turn for the worse?
No, better.
Or for the better?
Yeah.
Well, I think also you take the life, you're in the middle of
Life
it working.
sucked right out of you.
No.
That's
What I'm saying is, for those 20 years, you're probably real busy and focused on things other than yourself. And that's kind of how it's designed in a way. I mean, we're raising children, or we're focusing on our career, or whatever it is. And then 20 years in, it's like things are different.
Also, I think the longer you're in, the more embarrassing it is when you break up. I think the longer you're in, the more assets you have accumulated together, and the more messy and expensive.
I think the sadder it is.
Yeah, but don't you find old people, when we consider old people that are together, it doesn't seem like it's totally miserable. It doesn't. It just seems like they worry, they sweat the small stuff less sometimes, the old people.
I think it's a lot of acceptance, and I think that's the key. Not to accept horrible behavior, but accept the fact, hey, they're their own person, I'm my own person, and we're going to do this thing together. But I think a lot of people, they want to change the other person or micromanage, or they're just so annoyed by everything about the person. And usually it's things that they thought were awesome before, and they're like, oh, they're so funny. And they're like, oh, the same joke. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have new material. We do the same things every day. What do you want from me?
The other day, I swear I was going to choke Ben to death. He was chewing chips in the car, and I was at the real height of PMS. Yeah. And it was every single sound that his mouth made. I wanted to slam his head into the window. Like, I've never wished physical violence on him, but I looked at him, and there must have been fire in my eyes, and he was like, wrap the chips up.
And that, you know what? During the honeymoon period, you were like, I like that he likes chips.
I love that he loves the same kind as me.
It's so funny.
He's a cute chewer. I like the way you smack.
And now I'm like, do it again, and I'll suck your breath out. Never breathe again.
Yes. So, yeah, I have my own feelings about things, but I'm happy for other people. I really am.
Should we continue on with the
we should pop quiz?
answers?
Recap? Sorry, Matt.
I'd appreciate it.
I do what's best for me.
Matt is our producer, and he hates us right now.
Yes, he has to do some
He's like,
post-show stuff
could you just
with audio.
Jared's not too
focus.
committed to these answers.
No, you're not.
Yeah. This singer...
I was like,
She like Squid.
He got it in.
the reaction.
He got it in.
Squid thinks he's slick.
It took you a minute. Then he was like,
I was expecting the reaction. I was kind of let down. I was like, oh, dang.
the look in your face. I can't wait till that
I
comes on the
still
camera.
understand you do this to other Toxic Kings. It's really unfortunate. I thought we were supposed to have like a bond.
We do.
Oh, yeah.